Ladies, listen carefully. If you're over 70 and you've noticed you're farting, well, more than you used to, and certainly more than you'd like, this video is for you. Most older women have no idea that they're doing this one simple thing every day that's making it worse. Stick with me until the end, because I'm going to explain what it is, how it's ruining your digestion, and what you should do instead. And while you're here, tap that like button, leave me a comment below telling me your worst fart story. We all have one. And hit subscribe so you don't miss my next video for savvy senior women just like you. All right, let's get straight to the point, or should I say, straight to the gas. Part 1. Why farting increases after 70. Let's start with something most older women don't hear nearly enough. You're not crazy, and you're definitely not alone. If you've noticed you're farting more now than you did in your 40s or 50s, there's a very real reason. Actually, there are several. First, your digestive system is aging right alongside the rest of you. Just like your knees might creak a bit more, or your eyesight needs a little help, your intestines and stomach are no exception. The muscles that help move food through your system slowly weaken as you get older. That's right, your gut has muscles too. And when they slow down, food stays in your system longer. The longer it sits, the more time bacteria have to break it down. And that breakdown process, it creates gas. Then, there's your stomach acid. After 70, it naturally decreases. Less stomach acid means your food isn't broken down as effectively in the stomach. So by the time it reaches your intestines, it's practically a buffet for bacteria. And bacteria love to feast. The problem is when they feast, they release gas. Lots of it. And finally, let's not forget your gut bacteria themselves are changing. The balance you once had in your 40s, the good bacteria that kept things running smoothly, starts to shift. Sometimes the bad bacteria start to outnumber the good. More bad bacteria equals more bloating, more discomfort, and yes, more farting. So no, you're not imagining it. You're not suddenly gross or disgusting. It's biology. But just because it's common doesn't mean you have to live with it. Part 2. Why grazing is sabotaging your gut. Now, here's the sneaky habit almost every older woman falls into without realizing. Grazing all day long. Think about it. You wake up and have a light breakfast, then a mid-morning snack, then a little something with your tea, a small lunch, a biscuit later on, a handful of nuts, a bit of fruit, a nibble of cheese. Before you know it, you've eaten 8 times before dinner without even thinking about it. But here's the problem. Your digestive system was never designed to handle constant eating. It's meant to work in phases. Eat, digest, rest. When you keep throwing little bites of food into the system all day long, it never gets a proper rest. What happens when there's no break? Your body never triggers what's called the migrating motor complex. This is your gut's natural cleanup crew. It's the process that sweeps leftover food and bacteria out of your intestines between meals. Without it, food particles hang around far longer than they should. They ferment. Gas builds. Bloating sets in. Instead of giving your gut time to reset, grazing creates a traffic jam in your digestion. Nothing moves efficiently. And when food sits, bacteria have a field day, and so does the gas. So, if you're sitting there wondering why you feel heavier, puffier, and more bloated than your husband who eats 3 square meals, this might just be your answer. Part 3. The food's making it even worse, unknowingly. Now, if constant grazing wasn't enough trouble, many older women make it worse without realizing it by choosing foods that practically guarantee a gassy outcome. And the worst part, these are often the very foods we've been told are healthy. Here are a few of the usual suspects I see all the time with my patients over 70. Wholemeal or multigrain bread. You might think you're being healthy choosing the brown bread over the white, but many of these breads are loaded with insoluble fiber. This type of fiber isn't digested. It sits in your gut and ferments. Fermentation equals gas. Lots of it. Yogurt with added probiotics. I know, it sounds like a gut-friendly choice. But not all probiotics are created equal. For some women, especially those with sensitive or slow-moving digestion, these good bacteria can overpopulate the gut, leading to excessive fermentation and bloating. More bacteria, more activity, more gas. Sugar-free sweets and gums. Those little sugar-free treats might seem harmless, but ingredients like sorbitol and xylitol can wreak havoc on your digestion. Your body struggles to absorb them, so they end up fermenting in your intestines, and we both know what fermentation leads to. Here's the bottom line. Even healthy-sounding foods can cause chaos in your gut if you're not careful. Combined with grazing, they can turn your digestion into a full-blown gas factory. What you should be doing instead. All right, now that we know what's making things worse, let's talk about what you should be doing instead. And trust me, this part is far more empowering. You don't have to live your golden years feeling like a balloon about to burst. You can reclaim control over your digestion and your dignity. 1. Structured meal times. No more all-day snacking. Your digestive system is a creature of habit. It likes routine, it likes predictability, and most of all, it likes a chance to rest. Instead of grazing, aim for 3 balanced meals a day, spaced out properly. Give your body time to digest fully between meals. You might be thinking, but I don't have much appetite for big meals anymore. That's fine. Your meals don't have to be large. They just need to be intentional. A proper breakfast, a sensible lunch, and a light but complete dinner. When you eat this way, your body can properly activate the migrating motor complex, that natural cleaning cycle we talked about. Without constant interruptions from little snacks, your gut has time to sweep through, tidy up, and keep things moving along smoothly. 2. Slow down and chew. 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 Ladies, I cannot stress this enough. Your digestion starts in your mouth. I know many of you grew up in households where meals were rushed. Eat quickly, clear the table, move on. But now is the time to slow down. Take smaller bites. Chew thoroughly. Put your fork down between bites if it helps. When you chew properly, you break food down into smaller, more manageable pieces. This makes the job easier for your stomach and intestines, reduces the risk of swallowing excess air, and helps prevent that bloated, gassy feeling later. Quick tip. Count to 20 chews per bite if you need a guide. It'll feel silly at first, but your gut will thank you. 3. Simplify your foods. No more sneaky health traps. I see it all the time. Older women reach for anything labeled keto, high fiber, low carb, or probiotic, thinking it's automatically good for them. But many of these foods are highly processed, artificial, and disruptive to digestion. Stick to simple, real foods your grandmother would recognize. Eggs, cooked vegetables, rice or potatoes in moderation, fresh meats and fish, some fruit if tolerated. These are gentle on your gut, predictable in how your body handles them, and far less likely to create chaos down below. One thing most women never consider: stress. Now, let's step away from food for a moment, because there's something else fueling your gas that has nothing to do with what's on your plate, and everything to do with what's on your mind. Stress. Yes, stress affects digestion dramatically. When you're stressed, anxious, lonely, or carrying emotional burdens, and let's be honest, most women over 70 carry a lot of invisible weight, your body goes into fight or flight mode. Even small daily worries, finances, health, family, the news can trigger this. When your body is in this state, digestion slows down. Blood flow is diverted away from your gut. Food doesn't move through properly. Bloating, constipation, and gas become far more common. But there's more. Stress changes your gut bacteria. Studies show women under chronic stress have higher levels of the bacteria that cause gas and bloating. So what can you do? Walk daily. Movement calms the nervous system and helps digestion. Practice deep breathing. 5 minutes a day can make a difference. Laugh more. Watch funny shows. Chat with friends. Embrace silliness. Write things down. Journaling helps you process emotions and release them from your body. Seek joy. Hobbies, crafts, reading, anything that brings calm. Remember, a calm mind leads to a calm gut. If you don't manage stress, no diet in the world will fix your digestion. Final warning, stop this immediately. And now, here's the big one. If you only change one habit today, make it this. Stop eating mindlessly in front of the television. Here's why it's the perfect recipe for digestive disaster. You're distracted, so you eat faster and chew less. You slouch, compressing your abdomen, which slows digestion even more. You swallow more air without realizing it. You tend to reach for snack foods, biscuits, chips, sweets, instead of balanced meals. You often eat later at night, right before lying down. All of this leads to food sitting undigested in your gut while you're asleep. The bacteria go to work fermenting it. And by morning, well, let's just say you're not waking up alone. You're waking up with gas, bloating, discomfort, and embarrassment. Instead, sit at a table. Focus on your food. Eat mindfully. Give your digestion the respect it deserves. Trust me, your body will respond. Less gas, less bloating, better sleep, better mornings.